Hendo walks like he's made of wood. He walks like he's made of wood. He's got an indestructible head. It takes a long time to look from one eye to the other. From one eye to the other. He's got the whitest face in the world. He's the woodman with a wide face and a very strong punch. Hey, Shogun, did you learn nothing? Never stand and trade with Hendo. Never stand and trade with Hendo. Not even a truck could stand and trade with Hendo. Not even an elephant could stand and trade with Hendo. Nothing could stand and trade with Hendo. Not a hurricane either, a cyclone. Hendo. He's Hendo. He's made of wood with a really wide face and an indestructible head.
I like the song, man.
Thanks, buddy. It took me a long time to write that.
Yeah, it seems like you prepared for it.
This is the Fighter and the Kid, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Mark Munoz calling in a little bit. So,
big fight coming up. Mark Munoz.
4-time All-American, 2-time NCAA champion, one of the best wrestlers, period. He's got a big fight coming up against Musashi. But first, we're going to break down the fights.
The Brazil fights. I thought they were good. It was a Sunday, too. I like it on Sunday.
Yeah. Sunday, you got time.
I like it on Sunday. I feel like they don't compete with the other major sports. I bet the numbers were pretty good. Do you know the numbers, LDJ?
Not yet.
I'd imagine they're pretty good. There's nothing really else going on. You got March Madness to compete with.
Yeah, March Madness. You have, Walking Dead.
Dang.
Well, I think that...
hold up. You got Naked and Afraid Sunday nights. Competing with Naked and Afraid, Brian. I don't know if you saw it this week.
I didn't see it this week.
You missed out. You know who watched Naked and Afraid on Sunday? That's exactly how not to be naked and afraid. It was a Mormon guy and a very, very earthy chick, and they butted heads. They were in Madagascar, first of all. Very hot, Brian. You're not ready for this.
No.
Very hot.
Very hot.
It's very hot.
A lot of bugs.
You know what? The bugs weren't really the issue there. No. However, this was the issue. They were walking forever because the first thing you got to do,
cover your feet.
Well, cover your feet. That's second. The very first thing you got to do,
get water.
You got to listen.
Cover your body in mud.
No, that was those are both my ideas.
All right, keep going.
I haven't been on the show yet, though.
Sorry, buddy.
You got to find shelter. You got to build a shelter first and then go from there.
You do?
So they found a cave, but there was black widows in the cave.
Black widows?
There's black widows all up in this cave.
I didn't know black widows were in Madagascar.
Now you know.
That hurts.
So there's black widows all up in these caves.
Dude, you're naked with a bunch of black widows. I'm not doing that show.
It's all fun and games to a black widow.
Yeah, till you get poisonous insects. No, thank you.
So check it out. So he's like, listen, before we go to sleep, these black widows are bothering me. Let's kill them. Let's smoke them out. She's like, no, how dare you come to their territory and try and take out these black widows? And he's like, okay.
What?
He's all, okay, I guess we'll just sleep with the black widows.
Yeah.
Neither one got a wink of sleep because all I could think about was these black widows.
Are you kidding? I would have smoked those things out.
So I would have smoked them and ate them. Smoked them and ate them with Cajun seasoning.
You don't want stop with the Cajun seasoning. You can't eat black widows.
That's true. Anyways, 3 days go by where they're not eating, and a scorpion was like under her foot while she was sleeping, and she freaked out. And then she just went from earthy chick to just like, let's kill everything.
Really?
They killed those black widows. They put them on fire. And then this Mormon dude says he's a survivalist. Might be the worst survivalist of all time. I'll wrap up this fight and the Naked and Afraid stuff, and then we can get to fights and everything. However, this dude, they find a boa constrictor, right?
It's a boa. Not a boa constrictor, but keep going.
Constrict. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's a boa. You know what's up.
Yeah.
You know what's up.
I do.
So they find one, and they're starving. They haven't eaten in like 8 days, something like that. He's lightheaded. They kill this thing. And they put it like on like skewers, like little whatever, and they cooked it too long. They ruined the meat.
No.
And she's
dummies.
Like, and the earthy chick's all, shouldn't we take this off? He's like, no, you gotta let that cook. You gotta let it cook. Done. They have nothing to eat, so they're very frustrated. Right? 2 days go by, nothing to eat. They find another boa. It might have been set up. I don't know how real this show is. It might be set up because these boas are super easy to kill. Yeah. Like they found it under a rock. They like, oh, get him! Lifted the rock, and it was like this. He was like sleeping.
They sedated.
They might have, or they just like got him from PetSmart and then put him under the rock. So they're like half-ass boas.
Yeah.
So they have no idea what's going on. Then because the chick just grabbed him by the face, chopped his head off. So then I'm like, oh man, they're not going to die of starvation. They found the second boa. They're starving, and instead of just cooking and eating it. The guy goes, you know what's good? You know what would make this boa better? if we had smoked boa. Let's smoke this boa. And she's like, great idea. Right there, I was like, two dumbasses. She's all
dummies.
great, starving. And he's like, let's make this boa smoked.
Smoke it,
Let's smoke
roast it.
Guess what happens? They're starving. They decide to make this huge concoction out of Madagascar trees and bushes to smoke the meat. They fall asleep. The whole operation catches on fire. They burnt the meat. They didn't eat.
They burnt the meat again. They burnt two.
He wakes up, he's all, no, God, no. And there's like fire everywhere. They have to run out of the cave butt naked.
They deserve
She's all,
it.
oh, no.
They deserve it.
They deserve it. It was frustrating.
I
I
would try to catch birds somehow. It's got to be like a net you can. It's
bird,
hard to
really?
do.
You think a hawk in Madagascar?
Yeah, if I threw a rock at it, like really, or a boomerang, I would bring my poison kung fu darts.
I mean, they were showing like these lizards and these chameleons, and I mean, I
Look, either way,
I
it
would
sucks
come back.
being out in the wild with nothing.
Does it? I think you and I would kill it in 21 days. It'd be easy.
You're out of your mind.
I'm dead serious.
What would we do?
What do you mean, man? We went over this last podcast.
You're right, but dude, finding food.
Listen, if the dumbass who wants to smoke the boa, who has
What
an
an
8 and
idiot.
13 days,
Yeah.
and the other chick who's this freaking animal rights activist doesn't want to burn the black widows and then gets bit by them, can last 21 days, you don't think you and I could?
Yeah, we could last 21 days.
Tell you what, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get fit either. Some bomb-ass bodies.
Now we'd be in some
They'd be
shape.
like, dang,
We'd
we'd
be
that
in shape.
apple
We'd
bottom.
be in shape.
This is what we
Yeah.
do, too. We'd come on. This last time we talk about Naked and Afraid on this podcast. We'll save it for next week. However, we'd have to come in super tan. You don't want to get burned
you
by
don't wanna
that
get burned.
tropical sun,
Yeah.
man. So
And you have good skin for that. I don't tan that properly, but I'd have
we'd
to.
have
come
to,
in.
though.
Yeah.
We'd have to.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get to the fights.
I'd get tan and I'd eat a lot of. I'd get some weight on me. Put a little
You'd
weight
like
on me.
put some fat
You got to
on?
put a little fat on you. I think
I agree.
for the wild.
You got to be brown, though. Me and you'd be
Brown and
both
fat.
brown. Oh,
Brown and
that's
fat.
the other thing. This is the other thing. I don't know why I love this show. The other thing is the Mormon dude just got married. He gets freezing at night in this cave, so you want body warmth. You want to cuddle.
Yeah,
you're
you
not
wanna
trying to
cuddle
hook
up.
up with the chick. You want to cuddle
Yeah.
up. This dude was like, nope, can't do it because of my faith. Not happening.
Whatever.
And she was like, listen, bro, I'm shaking here. Believe me, I'm not into you. Body warmth. He's like, nope, not happening. I promised my wife I wouldn't touch you.
He's a yoker, man. What a dummy.
Oh, you kidding me?
And by the way, very ungentlemanly.
Step your game up, man.
Right. I mean, I would be like, look, you maybe open your legs and just we got to really get intertwined.
We need friction.
Here. We got to friction up a little bit
Friction up.
because otherwise we're gonna freeze to death, to death, to death.
And this.
And snakes and spiders hate sexual energy. Let's create a ring of fire, if you know what I mean. Whoops, what's this? Is that a boa? Or is that my Madagascar boner? I thought that was a Madagascar boa, but it's a Madagascar boner.
Boner covered in Cajun seasoning.
Hello. That burns the tip. Anyway.
Just trying to spice things up. You want to pass those 21 days as easy as possible.
That's right. That's exactly right.
You got to mix things up. Can we get to the fights, Brian?
Well, dude, you're the one hijacking this
Sorry,
podcast.
My bad. I'll shut up about Naked and Afraid.
Unbelievable. I'm like, what are we doing? All right, so
Can we talk about this real quick before you get to the fight?
Sure.
So I go out with Brian and some friends on Friday night.
Yeah.
I'm with Tony Jeffries, my usual crew. You know, there's a big group there. There's girls there, blah, blah, blah. Brian shows up, whatever.
You know the mayor. I'm going to tell some stories.
He's the mayor. Yeah, the mayor of Abbott Kinney. We're off Abbott Kinney. Brian shows up. Hey, everybody. He's late. You know how he is. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. I'm like, oh, this is my friend Brian. Hey, Brian Galen, good to see you. Maybe you recognize from The Hangover. It was weird how you said that. Maybe you recognize me from The Hangover.
Yeah, hey,
you can
girls,
catch
here's
me
my-
down at Sharky McGee's on Monday.
I'd giggle at the Giggle Fest.
9:30 a.m.
At the Giggle Fest.
Waffles. Anyways, he comes in.
The first thing that
steals the show.
They mistook what I said also about. I said I had an affair with a flamenco dancer or with a salsa dancer, and they thought affair meaning I had cheated on my wife. So they were like, he cheats on his wife.
I thought that too, though.
I was like, I know, you texted me. I went to go get a talk.
What are you
hey, how about
talking
not
about?
saying you had an affair?
It ruined the whole movie. First of all, we're having a good time before he got there. Then you come in, hey, everybody, an affair with a flamingo dancer.
I didn't mean that.
That's my friend Brian.
I meant an affair, like as in I was in another city, and there was a girl there that I had I should have said a fling. I said affair, but I meant fling. I was
Yeah,
single.
same thing. I'm gonna.
I was
cheat on
single
your
at the
wife.
time. No, I was single. It was a long time ago.
We can't just come in with that being fling and then talk about your kids.
Well, you
It's
should have.
confusing.
You should have covered for me.
I know. I tried, but then I was like, I know he's a real creep, isn't he? Ladies? That's what when you got up to the bathroom, I'm like, geez, this
You
guy's a
sold me
creep.
down the river, man.
Anyways,
Damn it.
so Brian's like, hey, how's everyone doing? I got a story for everyone. You guys ready for this? That is 20 minutes of my life I will never get
It's a
back.
bad story.
I looked around.
I bailed.
Someone got up, went to the bathroom to the middle of the story. I looked at Tony. He's looking at me just shaking his head.
It was
one girl fell asleep.
Yeah.
You got done.
and one girl killed herself. She was so bored.
Yeah, one girl was so bored she ran out into traffic. And then you were like, you ended this. You knew it was awkward. You're like, man, that was a bad story. You got when he got tacos.
Yeah.
When you left,
Yeah.
everyone was like, wow,
That guy's a
how
bore.
bad was that story? I said, listen, he's usually not like that. He's just off his game. I don't know. Maybe he just had a.
You know what? I was a little off my game. And by the way,
But it was
in the middle of my
It was
story.
a cool story for me and you. I know you.
Yeah,
It was a cool
yeah,
story.
yeah.
For
Well,
people that don't know you, it was awful.
For me to tell the story, I would have had to have bragged a little, but it wasn't appropriate. So then I bailed on it.
should
and
have.
then I
You
know.
should have.
And then it just ended.
It was a story. Basically,
Damn it.
you got called to do this gig.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No, I mean it's a cool story. Let's do. You know what? Let's chop.
Let's
it
talk
down.
about the fights.
Let's chop this story down in 1 minute. You got ordered to do this gig, right?
Yeah, it was some big,
It was like a high
some big
gig.
hoity-toities, and I did well.
Yeah, you did well.
Yeah, it was
That's-
last second. I wasn't
last
sure I could.
second. There's some
Yeah.
high-profile people.
Yeah, it
there.
was fun.
You killed the crowd.
It was
It was
good.
this crazy house.
Yeah, unbelievable.
That was
Biggest- one of the biggest houses in California.
Now think of that story, but prolong it to about 30 minutes, and
Yeah,
that's all it
It was
was.
the worst story in the world. All right, well, this
You owe
so
me
far,
20 minutes
so
of my
far,
life.
so
You owe
far,
me
we've
20
spoken.
minutes of my
So
life.
far that we've done nothing but talk about nonsense. You're talking about Naked and Dead, some
Naked
rehash
and
story.
Afraid. Naked and Dead.
Whatever.
Who's gonna watch Naked and Dead?
Whatever.
Everyone just goes on and dies.
Yeah.
Naked and Dead.
Naked and Dead, ladies
See, I
and
would
gentlemen.
tune into that.
Not a shot.
I'm
You're
so
going to make
cold.
it.
It's my last night.
We're gonna drop you in the middle of the ocean.
I'm gonna die.
All right.
All right, the fights, the Brazil fight. Listen, I thought it was good. Shogun Hendo, both are great, right? Hendo's a great. He's
Yeah.
one of the greatest of all time. I love Shogun. Shogun's only 31, but he's been doing it so long.
Yeah.
You think he's 41.
Yeah.
And Hendo's 43.
Yeah,
That's
he walked
7
in.
years away from 50.
Yeah, he walked in very, very stiff.
He walked in like the Tin Man without oil in his name. Like you're like, dang.
Well, what
But
is?
I think it's catch up. I think this is the first time we saw Hendo where it's a little bit like if he fights a young lion, he could be in trouble.
Well, now's the
because
time.
his wrestling's not. It
Yeah.
didn't look like his wrestling was there. He wasn't fluid. He was either striking or he was wrestling. He didn't put it together.
Well, but now's the
well.
time for him to retire. He's done it. He knocked out Shogun. Let's go home. Time to go home. And what's hard for a lot of these guys is to realize
tough.
that it's over.
It's tough.
Because then how do you define yourself?
He knocked Shogun so hard. And first of all, Shogun was basically destroying Hendo in that fight. The first 2 rounds, he was just picking him apart. It really wasn't even a fight. Hendo was trying to land that right hand, really not setting it up with anything else. Couldn't even land a takedown. Basically, and then Hendo basically was out the first and second round. He got blasted. I'm surprised they didn't stop the fight.
He's just got an indestructible head. It's the weirdest thing I've ever
No,
seen.
he was out, man. He was
Yeah.
out, and then you can tell he's out because he grabs the cage.
Yeah.
And, that's just not normal. He grabs the cage, and then he came to, and then they started fighting again. But that's more of Herb Dean recognizing who he's dealing with. You got Henderson, who has a granite chin. You got Shogun, granite chin. He's going to let him fight it out.
Yeah.
But if that stopped it, I don't think anyone would have complained. I thought Shogun got, was when you destroying him, really. And then just for whatever reason in that exchange, just completely forgot about the biggest weapon of Hendo's
That's right,
and
yeah.
let that right hook just blast him in the nose. And then his nose is broke very bad.
Pretty bad, huh?
Pretty bad. So what's next for these two? Of course, the media is like, hey, Hendo, how about Shogun Henderson 3?
Oh, God.
I'm 2-0 against him. Why would we do that?
Yeah.
That does nothing for me.
No thanks.
Nothing.
But also, it's like time. I can't stand watching a fighter he did such a great job. You knocked out Shogun, time to go home.
You think it's time for him to go home?
Yeah. And why not? What else are you going to do? Get injured?
I don't know his financial situation. I don't know his financial situation. I'll tell you what. I met Sugar Shane Mosley. I was out Friday night.
Saw that Instagram.
Thursday night.
Saw that Instagram.
Thursday night. Yeah, I was out Thursday night with a group of friends, and they said, "Hey, Sugar Shane's here. You mind if he comes over? Wants to meet everyone?" We're like, "Sure, come on over." He comes over. Little punchy.
Is he?
Little punchy. It's sad
That's
to
a
see,
bummer.
man. Sad to see.
He was great. Is he a little punchy?
Yeah, I just said that.
Wow. His body looks so much smaller than
than ours. Yeah,
He's so
you don't
weird.
realize how small those guys are.
You don't realize how big you guys are. It's like you and Tebow and Sugar Shane in the middle.
I know.
He looked like a dwarf. He looked like a gnome.
Yeah, he's
For real. I couldn't believe how small he was.
He was a little punchy. I can't remember the last time I met a boxer and was like, man, that guy really talks clear, man. Great talking with you.
Yeah.
You meet him, it's like, dang, I'm glad I didn't go into boxing.
They say the two parts of your body that are not made for combat sports are your head and your knees.
Who
Right?
Who's that? Who's
That's
they?
what a lot of people say.
Who's that? Well, who's they?
I think some
If you
guy
could
on
please
ESPN.
get out of your nose, that'd be great. I mean, so far you've been
I just
in
been
your
doing a lot-
nose.
I've been
You've been
doing a lot of
drinking
blow.
hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And a stick of peanut butter.
Yeah.
And you're dressed like Oscar the Grouch.
Look, I have a cashmere sweater on with a beautiful collared shirt.
Anyways, back to the fights.
Back to the fights.
The most surprising fight of the night was Cesar Mutante and CB Dalloway.
Yeah.
Because I've trained with you, man. You name it, I've probably trained with him. Cesar Mutante is one of the most athletically and physically gifted guys in the UFC.
Is that true? Why do you say that?
Yeah, I just said that.
Why do you say that?
Because I've trained with a ton of guys, man, and you got to realize. I don't know if a lot of people realize Caesar's background. When he first started coming up, he was with Anderson Silva and Lyoto Machida. They took him under his wing.
That's a pretty good. That's
as a
good
young
tutelage.
kid. As a
Yeah.
young kid.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
the first time I heard about Caesar was he fought a friend of mine in Denver, Sean Sims, who is an absolute nightmare in the training room. Nightmare. World champion jiu-jitsu guy, good stand-up, has been wrestling his whole life. He was undefeated. And him and Caesar, I think, were both 4-0 or 3-0 at the time. And they fought as like just a co-main event in a local card in Denver. And Caesar knocks him out in like 40 seconds with a left hook. And then shortly after that, Vitor Belfort flew in Nate Marquardt, GSP, and myself to help him get ready for Anthony Johnson. And Caesar was there. I'm like, oh, he beat my friend. We started training. I'll tell you what, man, I haven't seen a lot of talent like that. It's insane how crazy.
Really? He looks very thick too. Is he very strong?
He's thick. I mean, you could paint his body freaking, gold, and he'd be a great statue. I mean, the guy's body's ridiculous, and he was doing how do you say it?
Capoeira.
Yeah, he's doing that since he was young. So his hips are really good, his kicks are really good, his footwork's amazing. What's frustrating to me, and everyone's like, "Oh, he has no chin. Oh, he's not, he's not going to be anything because he lost CB Dalloway." Don't get it twisted. The kid only has 4 fights, including this one in the UFC. That's not a lot.
No.
And
you could see him rush in.
Every champion you have basically has lost a fight.
Yeah.
John Jones, he lost on DQ, doesn't count. Everyone.
Yeah.
Listen, every single person, most of them have lost a fight.
Well, and that's right.
It's better it happens now
But you
than
could
later
see
down
it
the
was a
road.
product of an experience. He just
He came in
rushed.
just
came in
swinging. And I've been in his exact shoes. When I fought Ben Rothwell, I came in, I threw a spinning back fist, rocked him, came in swinging like a real McAsshole.
Yeah.
It's just super amateur. It's just an experience. You just come in and you rush, and you really don't realize what you're doing. You're just trying to go off your athletic ability.
He's not looking at what's in front of him.
He's just going through the
going through his game plan.
And you think your athletic ability is going to get you through, and then it's just not good.
Right.
So he's going to learn 100%. He's going to learn. I bet you, mark my words, that kid's champ at 185 in 2 years.
Well, in a way, that fight was maybe one of the most important fight of his career.
For sure.
You have to have a fight like that.
Because guess what? I promise you, he never does that again.
Right. He's going to go home and go, what in the world? He's going to talk to his mentors.
And it's better happen with CB Dalloway now in Brazil. It's going to be rough. It's going to make him go back to, he trains with the Black Zillions. That's a whole other thing. But he trains with the Black Zillions. He's going to go back home and realize, all right, I have to start fighting smarter. I get my hands up. I can't come in there rushing. Because CB Dalloway is not a knockout artist by any means.
No.
So you get knocked out by him, it's time to start being like, all right, can't be doing that.
Yeah.
I've been there, man. I've been in his exact same shoes.
It feels like he kind of went, I got to fight CB Dalloway. I'm going to come in and
Brazil, I'm going to destroy this guy.
I'm just going to bum rush him, and he won't be able to handle my athleticism.
Dude, I've been in. That's me, word for word.
Yeah.
When I fought Nogueira, I didn't even bring a striking coach with me. I thought I was just going to steamroll him. What? How the hell did someone not be like, "Hey, Shab, listen, man"?
You had me and Rogan laughing so hard.
How was someone not like, "Hey, Shab, oh, you're fighting Nogueira in Brazil? Oh, and it's super motivation for Nogueira to come back. One of the greatest heavyweights of all time, and can box his ass off.
Somebody might want to sit you down.
Someone should have been like, let me talk you in the corner real quick. Yeah, so you're going to want to take this serious and bring a boxing coach because the guy is really, really good. I was so cocky. I was just like, I'm just gonna go in there and knock this dude out and freaking hang out with these Brazilian chicks and my team. It's gonna be great.
No.
Wrong.
No.
Wrong.
No.
But you learn, man.
But he said he was cool to you in the locker room, right?
Yes.
You were like, what? You said what happened?
I went up to him and I was crying in the back, and he came over, shook my hand. I went up and I said, "Hey, man, how can I get better? What can I do? How did you game plan for me?" And he was telling me what he thinks I'm good at, what I should do more of. I mean, you're talking about one of the greats of all time.
Yeah,
one of my
amazing.
favorite people.
Awesome.
One of my favorite people.
He's awesome.
And then you would think I would learn after that, and then I get Ben Rothwell, and I'll never forget this. I thought I was going to fight, I think Verdum. I thought I was going to fight Verdum after Nogueira. I forget. Me and Verdum had a little thing, and then they called me with Ben Rothwell, and I'm all, huh? And Joseph was like, "Yeah, Ben Rothwell, man." And I was like, "God dang, I don't want to fight that big slob." But again, I was like, "I'm going to destroy this dude." Again, someone should have been like, whoever out there, someone should have been like, "Shab, sit down. Let me talk to you."
Let me talk to you for a second.
So Ben Rothwell, yeah, he was a IFL world champion, and he's 6'6", 265 pounds.
Is he that? I didn't know he was that big.
Enormous,
Oh, my God.
enormous. And they're like, one of the toughest guys in the world, can take crazy shots.
Oh.
Basically, I mean, the guy's tough.
Yeah.
You should probably take him serious. Could have used that pep talk.
Yeah, could have used it.
I'll tell you what, though, man, I went trade for nothing because
You learned.
after that fight, I went into
changed everything.
serious depression. I was drinking alcohol in my underwear in the basement of some suburb
Grew your hair out?
in Denver. Grew my hair out, didn't shave. I was in Calvin Klein undies, out of shape.
What was
had
the
love
What was
handles.
the moment that changed you? What happened? What was the day when you woke up and you said, "I gotta make a big change"? Do you remember?
I just remember I went straight from Atlanta where I lost the fight to Miami, and I just remember I was in Miami and everyone's like, "Oh, my management." Everyone's like, "Shab, you need to cut to 205, man. You've lost 2 in a row. You need to cut to 205." And I think it's what's different about me than a lot of fighters is I'm very educated. I'm very aware of what's going on, and I know how the UFC works. I know the goals I have and expectations I have. And so I started to listen to it a little bit. And then, I don't know, I got home and, I was super depressed and trained. I just realized, training, I wasn't getting anything out of it. And there's no way I was going to be champ staying where I was going to be. And I talked to my dad. My dad's like, "You have got to make a change. You have got to make a change."
You got to change it up.
Listen, man, I'm living a dream. To fight in the UFC and all I want to do is be champ, I had to make a change. And the only person I knew in LA or in California, the only person I knew, and I trained with him once, was Mark Munoz.
Wow.
I drove out here, and and Mark,
Wow.
and I started from there, and it's the smartest decision I've
A
ever
lot
made
of
in my
people
life.
get into ruts and they never come out of it, and a lot of young people who.
They do, man. And
What do you say to them?
I say this all the time. I say, listen, fighting's easy when you're beating guys up. When you're going in there and you're knocking out Chase Gormley in 40 seconds, and you're knocking out Chris Tusher in a minute, and then you're beating the brakes off Gonzaga, and you knock out your childhood hero Mirko Krokop, life is pretty easy.
Yeah.
Life's pretty easy. It's easy to get motivated for. You're just a bully. You really, I mean, you're on a great win streak, but you haven't faced adversity. You want some adversity?
Yeah.
Lose 2 in a row and everyone thinks you're awful. Go ahead and lose 2 in a row at the UFC, and take the criticism at heavyweight.
Yeah.
That's when you find out if you're a fighter.
Yeah.
After your loss, you're gonna find out if this
now
is
you
for
gotta
you or
fight.
not.
You gotta fight
if this is for you
yourself.
or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more about you. It's more dealing with yourself.
Well, that's a huge part of it. Is I think self-doubt and learning not to listen to
Brian, let me ask you something. How many times have they told you no?
more than I can even imagine.
I
More than
bet.
I can.
And now-
way more than I can count.
And if you didn't have the self-discipline, if you didn't have the mental capability you have, you would have packed it up. You would probably made my coffee this morning.
I know so many people
and you would
who've
have done
done
a
that.
real shitty job.
I
at
would
it.
have done it. I know a lot of people have done that, and I think part of it is just realizing that you have to learn how to talk to yourself. We talk about this all the time, and you got to take, like, sometimes you'll say, most people have self-defeating language, or it's very easy to go, oh, it's very easy to worry. It's very easy to worry. You worry about things because the question you're asking yourself is, what if I fail? Or what if I don't win? What if
Everyone's
this
scared
is it?
to fail.
Yeah. And so that'll paralyze you, or it'll just cause you to just put yourself into a different state, whether it's with alcohol or whatever. And I think that you have to learn, the minute you start feeling that kind of defeat, you have to start taking an action. Like when you called out, what's his name? Alistair over and you got nervous right away, what did you do? You went and started training. You called him out, and then you were like, oh boy, and you ran right to the gym and started training. So you take that anxiety or whatever it is and you throw it into your training. Everybody's afraid. Everybody's afraid, especially if you're fighting in the UFC. I just asked you in the beginning of this podcast, do you think Mark Munoz is
stupidest
nervous?
question you've ever asked
Is he nervous
me.
about fighting Mousasi? And you were like, what? Is he nervous? What kind of everybody is nervous about fighting everybody.
If you're not nervous, you're going to lose 100%.
Yeah.
This comes down to Tony Jeffries, right? He owns this gym, Box and Burn. He's my head trainer, head coach, and he's amazing, right? Their gym is killing it, and he wants to open another location. His business partner is like, I'm comfortable with what we're doing. I'm cool, man. I don't need more than this. I like doing this. Tony's like, what should I do, man? I said, listen, if you're fine with mediocre, like what you've done is good. In the grand scheme of things, it's not that, it's cool, but I know Tony, he wants more. He didn't become Olympian by being average.
Yeah, he did.
I said, if you want to be a lion, you don't need to check off with anybody.
Yeah. Lions
build their own way, and if you want to open 10 gyms, you're going to open 10 gyms. A gazelle would be fine with one gym and be comfortable making $4 or $5 grand a month, chilling, and being content. I hate to tell you, and me and you were talking about this the other night.
Yeah.
I can't remember ever in my life when I was content. Like, man, I did it. This is awesome. This is exactly what I want. Never.
No.
Never.
And it doesn't mean we're easy to live with, by the way, but it's just the way it is,
Oh, I'm terrible. Are you kidding me?
I mean,
I'm terrible to live with. I'm very demanding, super selfish.
It comes from knowing that you're capable of more. And so when I know that I'm capable of more, like I was talking about this with stand-up. Somebody's saying, well, I did blah, 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 and I get a lot of laughs. There's so much more work to do before I shoot my 1 hour because I know I've got something much bigger. Like you saw the act. People are going to laugh. They laugh all the way through. They laugh really hard. It doesn't matter.
Loved it.
But that doesn't mean that it's ready. That doesn't mean I'm satisfied. It's not just about the laughs. I have to restructure it so I'm talking about things that really matter to me and et cetera, et cetera. It's got to be up to my standard. So you never, ever stop. You never relax. Any writer I know, any screenwriter, any director, anybody I know who's really successful in acting or in comedy or whatever or writing, they're rewriting their act, they're rewriting their script, they're rewriting whatever it is, their songs, right up until the nth, like right up until they're about to shoot.
I tell you, I came and watch the Matt Mitrione fight. It's on Fox Sports all the time. I don't watch it. I watched it once and I was like, oh, I thought I looked awful.
Well,
I didn't get touched. Right? I didn't get touched. Really didn't. The only reason I had stitches in my head is because when I took him down, I took him down so hard I smashed heads with him.
Yeah.
How about that? I didn't get touched, and I won't watch. I wasn't happy with it. I can't remember the last time I watched a fight and was like, oh, dang, that was sweet.
I can't remember the last time I watched a performance of mine and was happy. I can't watch any of my stuff.
That's how it goes, man.
It. So that's a good thing. But you just have to keep moving forward and learn how to talk to yourself. I want to, before we get Mark Munoz on the line,
we got to talk about we got to talk with Mark about he was at the NCAA National Championship Wrestling. He was out there.
Oh wow!
I think he was with DC and some other guys.
We also need to talk about the fact that Verdum is going to be fighting Travis Brown. I know
we got some time. That's April. Let's not.
Is that in April?
Yeah. Please check yourself.
Yeah,
please
it's in April.
Try and keep up with this UFC schedule. It'd be great.
I just wanted to get your take real quick on who you think is going to win.
No, I'll save it, man. I'll save it. It's so far away. I do not care.
There's still 2 more events between that.
Yeah. You were talking about Verdum, and I was just thinking to myself.
Sorry, man. I'll tell you what's funny. You know how I always wear those Roots of Fight shirts?
Yeah.
Always, right? I'm always rocking them. I have a Gracie shirt on now, but I always wear those Roots of Fight shirts. I'm wearing one that has, this is funny. I'm wearing one that has Cassius Clay on it, right? It has his face. This is 1964. Cassius Clay has his face on it. And I'm sitting in a coffee shop waiting for the coffee, and this old guy goes, where'd you get that? I'm not making this up. Where'd you get that shirt? I go, excuse me? He goes, where'd you get that shirt at? I said, oh, it's Roots of Fight, man. A good buddy of mine owns a company, and they send me stuff. And he goes, you got some nerve wearing that. I go, excuse me? We're talking old dude, gray hair. He goes,
you got some nerve?
He goes, you got some nerve wearing that shirt around here. And I go, this is in Marina Del Rey, by the way. I'm like, excuse me? He goes, I mean, it's offensive, man. The shirt's offensive. What? He goes, the shirt's offensive, man. You're talking about the greatest boxer of all time? He hated that name. He can't stand that name. And I'm just trying to deflect. I go, yeah, he's pretty good. He goes, whoa. I mean, I don't know this guy at all. He goes, whoa. puts his hand in my face, goes, pretty good? Pretty good? Talking about the greatest boxer of all time? Yeah. And I go, again, and then now I'm like, all right, dude, chill. And he's like, I didn't say that, but I'm thinking in my head, all right, he comes at me again, I'm going to have to freaking, I'll
Say something.
I'll do something. And so he keeps harping on it, and he goes, I'm not sure it's just, you got some nerve. I go, what nerve, man? What are you talking about? Someone gave me this shirt. Obviously, Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali, does not give a flying shit about his name.
And mind your own business.
Well, guess who signed off for them to make the shirts? Muhammad Ali, my man. He also doesn't mind collecting the check.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, are you kidding me? Yeah. It's 9 a.m. What are you, Cassius Clay's
You've got
freaking
some
management?
nerve.
Yeah, how about that?
Were you guys buddies? Do you have a timeshare in Tahoe?
I mean, geez, man, relax. It's a shirt. I have to look down. I grabbed so many of them. I don't even know what I was wearing.
There's a tendency to think, well, he's an old guy. No, when he was a young guy, he was the same way.
For sure.
He's just an old a-hole.
Just, yeah, how weird is that?
Old a-holes were young a-holes.
You got some nerve.
Like, what?
Huh? What do you own the rights to Muhammad Ali merchandise?
How about you mind your own business?
How about you get an espresso and shut your yapper?
Or I'll put it on you, or I'll make you wear the shirt. Or I'll wrestle you to the ground and put the shirt on you.
I will put the shirt on you and pee on you and put it on YouTube.
Hey,
how about that?
Peeing, dude. You're not R. Kelly. Why do you always have to say pee?
Because there's nothing more degrading.
I know, but
I could do it.
I understand,
but I could do it.
But
in the coffee shop. But everyone's like, "Oh God, no, no!" And it's just this yellow stream.
But it's your new shirt. It's your shirt. You wouldn't pee on Cassius Clay.
Oh, I'll get another one. Jesse from Roots of Fight has sent me another one. That's the least of my worries.
That's kind of illegal. You'd be in some big trouble to urinate. You can't really justify that. Beating somebody
what if he
up is one
attacked
thing.
me?
Sir, you punched him and then you peed on him. That's where you'd really lose out in the courtroom.
Yeah, I'd be in trouble.
Well, it took you time to pull out your piece and urinate on a man.
Can you imagine the reaction of Marina Del Rey from the soccer moms? Oh no! Oh, it's so big! Oh God, no! And I'm just
hide the children. And you're making that noise.
It's like a sprinkler.
Your dick is making that noise.
It's so ridiculous. Can you believe that old guy though?
Can you believe us talking about peeing?
Yeah, I can, because that could happen. Can we call Mark Munoz now? I'm not going to pee on anyone. I'm going to pee on you after this episode.
About peeing on some senior citizen, and then you're talking about.
No, he came at me, bro. He came at me. I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a slip and slide up in Earth Cafe. You come at me like that. You got some nerve. You got some nerve talking to me.
Earth Cafe.
Boom, kick him in the leg, pull my shirt off, piss on him, shirt on.
Hey, man.
YouTube, Brian, cover it.
This is Fox. You're talking about urinating. Mark, what are you doing? Push-ups?
What's up?
Brian Callen here with Big Brown Brennan Shaw.
Mark, what's up, buddy? Thanks for coming on, pal.
What's up, Brennan? Long time no see, man.
Right? I was just at Rain this morning getting beat up by Mark. And the Countdown crew was there, beat me up.
You don't get much better. Mark, you I think you were a 4-time All-American and 2-time NCAA champ. Is that right?
I think 1-time NCAA champ.
No, man, I'm just a 1-time champ.
Oh, just a 1-time champ.
I mean, come on, slacker.
Yeah. Your wrestling pedigree speaks for itself. It's kind of ridiculous. And a lot of guys, though, who are great wrestlers were not able to make the transition into MMA. Why is that, do you think?
I believe that they just really just try to concentrate on their wrestling and not really expand their knowledge on either striking or jiu-jitsu. So a lot of them thought that they can just explode into their takedowns while they leave their neck open for a guillotine choke. A lot of them just think that they can just come in without receiving knees or elbows and stuff like that. So I think the ones that are actually that transitioned well are the ones that actually really spent a lot of time and careful detail on learning the striking and learning the jiu-jitsu game and adding it into their style.
What was more difficult for you, striking, or I would imagine striking was more difficult to learn than was jiu-jitsu, just because jiu-jitsu is in the same family, sort of, as grappling?
Yes, it was striking for sure, and I'm still learning how to strike right now, and for me, that's always been kind of the thorn in my flesh, so to speak, but striking is actually one thing that's getting better, and I'm trying to be really intentional with my time every time I either do pad work or learn from my coaches.
What is the game plan against Musashi? Musasi's such a patient guy. And
Hey, great question, Brian. Hey, Mark, can you give us your exact game plan so we can listen to this and defend
I know you have
against
to be
it?
general. I was going to say it's not a fair question, but you know, well, let me ask you this. Let me let you off the hook, Brendan. If you're Mark Munoz, what are you doing against Musasi? What's your game plan?
I mean, listen, the difference between Mark and Musasi is Mark has crazy knockout power.
Yeah.
He has a right hand that, I mean, if that thing lands, it's over.
Yep.
He has the best ground and pound in the game. So I'm closing the distance. I'm going to make it an ugly fight. I'm not going to sit outside on Musasi and let him land his kicks and his jab and all that and make it a pretty fight. It's going to be nasty, man. Mark's going to take him over and over, and that ground and pound's I bet you Mark TKOs him. His ground pound's too good. Mm-hmm.
There you go, Mark. What do you think, Mark Munoz?
I love it. Brendan knows me, man. Brendan knows me. He knows what I'm capable of. So I'm sticking to that game plan, Brendan. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, Mark, did you see? And this is breaking news. Did you see Chris Weidman is out of the fight with Machida? He got hurt.
What?
Yep, he got hurt. Yeah, I think they're just going to reschedule to maybe July now. He has to have surgery. Yeah, so they're going to reschedule 175. So you fought Lyoto. So you and I both trained with Lyoto. You fought Lyoto and you fought Chris Weidman. How do you see that fight going, Marky Mark?
You know, I see the fight where for both guys, if Lyoto can keep the distance, he's definitely going to be able to do anything he wants to Weidman. You know, with his funky style and his funky timing and his distance, he can close the gap better than no other, and he can actually counter strike with the best of them. So if Chris Weidman stays on the outside, that's a big mistake for him. Now for Chris Weidman, he needs to be able to close the gap and be able to take him down and put him on the ground. And when it goes to the ground, I'll give the nod to Chris Weidman. So both guys, you know, I like you said, Brendan, I did, you know, fight both guys, and Chris Weidman, he's very, very, he's very strategic in his kind of closing the gap and taking guys down. So he likes taking the fight to the ground. So we'll see, man. I think he'll end up on the ground, and I kind of give the nod to Chris Weidman.
There you go.
Oh, dang.
Well, let me ask you this: what is your you've got kids, right? How many kids do you have? I think 8 or 9 or 10.
Well, I got 8 divided by 2, so.
All right, so you got 4. You got 4. How do you? What keeps you motivated, Mark? Oh, I mean, for people, we always talk about this, and I like asking guys who've been successful, and especially guys with your wrestling pedigree, because the amount of training it takes to get that good, and also to stay relevant in MMA and to be, you know, a UFC draw, which you are and have been for a long time. It's really a difficult thing.
Let me say this about Mark real quick. The thing that makes Mark so different than everyone else, this guy wears so many hats. I don't think people are aware of how much Mark does. One, he's basically one of our main wrestling coaches at Reign. So he's a coach.
Yep.
He's a gym owner.
Yep.
He's a dad to 4 kids.
Yep.
Obviously, he's a husband, and then he's one of the best fighters in the world. So he has all these hats, and I say this
all of that while sucking weight, by the way, because I know it's not easy to suck down.
Yeah, he's a big boy right now.
Yeah.
Let's not sugarcoat it, Mark. You are not tiny right now. There's a reason we're training together.
Right.
That's right. But not only do I do that, but I have an anti-bullying campaign, and I have a 612 training program, which that 612 is training high-risk kids. I go speak at juvenile halls and try to bring them in and try to redirect them in the right direction. So, you know, I do that as well, and I do a lot of speaking at different high schools for SCA and all that stuff. So,
what drives you? What drives you? What are you after?
How crazy is that, though? Let's talk about this. Mark wears all these hats, and I talk about you have to wear multiple hats this day and age as a professional athlete. And other sport like NFL's not doing it. A lot of the NBA's not doing it. NHL sure as hell isn't doing it.
Yeah, but what's also good about what Mark's doing is it sounds like a lot of the stuff that drives him, he's not making money off of. He's just doing it because he's motivated to try to make a change in the world. Right, Mark?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, I've been doing that anti-bullying campaign with the Orange County Department of Education for quite some time, and they've been reimbursing me for for everything I've been doing, and now they're paying me to do it. So, for me, it's not about that. It's about making a difference and being pretty much paying it forward. Because if I didn't have people investing in my life, I don't know where I'd be. Because I was a kid that came from Vallejo, California, up by the Bay Area, up by Oakland, Richmond. I mean, it was a pretty tough place to live, and a lot of people don't make it out of Vallejo, but I did, and wrestling got me out of Vallejo. And I talk about my story, how I was able to, kind of rise above adversity and be able to, I got dumped for my Jordans, and I was ashamed and fearful to go to school. And so many kids get bullied. There's over 160 kids that get bullied every day in the United States of America. 1 out of 4 kids get bullied at school. So, I mean, it's a day and age where bullying is taking lives, because kids are taking their own lives, committing suicide because they get bullied not only at school, but when they go home, they see it on their Instagram, they see it on their Twitter, on their Facebook, because they can't escape it. And, a lot of them result to like eating disorders and stuff like that. They cut themselves. So, I just want to be able to create awareness about it and get kids involved and make sure they're taking steps in the right direction to not only change their way of thinking, but also rising above that adversity and doing something positive with it. So, just being a victim of getting bullied myself, I want to let them know that there's hope and there's a pot at the end of the rainbow, so to speak. So
I love it.
I love doing that, man.
I love it. Think if every professional athlete was like Munoz. Think how much better the world would be.
Yeah.
For reals. Think about it. Real quick, Mark, why did they whoop your ass? What Jordans were you wearing? What are we talking about here?
Okay, I was wearing the True Blues.
Oh, dang, son. No wonder you got jumped.
Mark, are you Filipino? What's your nationality?
I am Filipino, man. I'm Filipino.
Yeah.
I like my shoes just like Imelda Marcos.
I was born in the Philippines. I love it. I was born in the Philippines, so at least we got that in common, although I don't have your bone structure. All right. Well, listen, man, we are very excited to watch this Musasi fight, man. You know who we're going to be rooting for. So,
Mark's my partner in crime, man. He's a beast.
Yeah, yes, you are a beast.
Mark, I was just telling before you were on air, when I first came to California, you were the only friend I had and the only coach I had, man. And just how appreciative I am.
Oh, dude, it's man, I love coaching you. I love training with you. I love having you in the gym. So as much as I can do for you, I know you'll get back to me. So, and those are the type of guys I want around the gym.
Always, my man.
One tear is traipsing down Brendan's cheek.
I'm crying right
I can't see it,
now.
but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks so much, man, for joining the Fighter and the Kid. You're a good man, and I've only met you once in person, but look forward to hanging out one of these days.
Yeah, man, for sure.
All right, pal.
All right, buddy. I'll
Keep
see
it
you
up.
later.
You're making the world a better place, Mark Munoz. Good luck in your fight. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Brian.
You got it, buddy.
Appreciate it. See you, Brendan.
Later, brother.
Man.
See you tomorrow.
All right. Goodbye.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you, man, I talk about it all the time. You have to wear multiple hats. You got to be an athlete. You got to be an activist. You got to be a role model. You got to have your things together.
And nowadays, you got to be on social media. I mean, if you want to be an athlete with a draw.
If you're a personality, for sure. You want to you want to be a name. You want to be relevant. You got to do as much stuff as you can. With Mark, though, and I've had this talk to him, he does so much stuff. I feel like it's been detrimental to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I talked to him about this. Listen, when you're getting ready for a fight,
spread too thin.
Yeah, when you're getting ready for a fight, you shouldn't be coaching guys.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be in there and worried about technique and what people are doing. You got to be selfish. You got to be in there for him. And
he's not selfish enough.
Nope. Mark's the nicest guy, one of the nice people and most caring, giving people I've ever met. To a default, really. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
He after he lost to Weidman, I told him, we sat down and he was kind of depressed and blah blah blah. And I said, Mark, have you seen the movie 300? I said, you see when the 300 the soldiers they're about to go to war and they meet those other guys, and they're like, oh, what do you do? And they're getting ready for battle, and he's like, oh, I make pots.
I'm a plumber.
What do you do? I'm a plumber. Oh, what do you do? I cook food. They go, what do you do? We fight. Yeah. They go, oh, and then they take off.
Yeah, I love it.
I said, Mark,
Spartans, who are you?
Yeah, ooh. Yeah. Well, I'm the Spartan on the side going, ooh. Yeah. Weidman is too. Mark was on the right being like, oh, well, I make pots and I do all this, and then I try and fight too. Don't be the guy making pots and trying to fight at the same time.
Yeah.
Come with us and the Spartans, man. Because to make it in this business, you got to be a Spartan.
One of the hardest things about life is if you have an appetite for life like Mark does, or I certainly have this.
I have an appetite for life.
Well, but it's just really hard to realize that you're not going to be good at a lot of things. If you want to be really good at one thing, it really does
Takes
require
all your time.
It really does.
But Mark has so much to give, and I get it, man. And he's always looking. His whole
I'd rather Mark was that guy making a difference with young kids.
Me too.
And still a badass, and still, and if he loses, if he loses more fights than he could have won, but he makes the world a better place, I'll take that Mark Munoz any day.
And for Mark, if fighting's not going well, he has his family and his faith and his bully campaign, all that to rely on. He's still doing all right. If fighting for me is not going good, everything's out of whack. I probably can't. I mean, I can't even do I can't do this podcast. I'm horrible to hang out with. When they told me I won't fight till August, how bad a mood was I? I was in a horrible mood. You listened to the podcast 2 weeks ago when they told me that. I was negative Nancy over here.
Yeah, you were negative.
Yeah, super negative. I tried fighting DJ.
I get it though.
Yeah,
I do get it.
It's my world, man. If life and fighting and training is good, everything's good. If life and fighting is bad, you do not want to be my friend.
Yeah.
I'm just horrible to deal with because it's all I care about. Hate to tell you, it's all I care about.
But that you have
I'll kill everyone in this room right now for a title shot.
You have to.
Yeah, I know.
You try to kill me, but I would move around, and I got my tricks too.
Can we get to these fan questions? First of all, these questions, they're getting better and better each week. I'm telling you, these questions are so legit this week.
Yeah.
I think we have to answer more than 5.
Can I ask you one question before we get into these questions? Will you
8 inches. What?
No, not that.
Okay.
And you can't measure from the
sorry.
asshole.
Okay, sorry.
Whoa,
what are you talking about?
Well, you can't measure.
I said 8 inches.
No, but you can't measure from your butthole.
What are you talking
to
about?
the end of your penis.
8 inches.
Oh, sorry.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. You're talking about how wide your forehead is. All right, listen to me. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Will you please practice front foot?
Teep kicks for
front
Mark
kick.
Hunt. Yeah,
kick Mark Hunt
you know
in
what?
the face?
That's a great idea. Mark Hunt is a K1 champion. I'm gonna kickbox with him. Hell yeah, Brian. Hell yeah. Oh man, you
front foot. I'll teach you,
dude. You're hired. You're hired.
Front kick. Let me teach you.
You're hired,
kick.
man.
Can I teach you front kick?
For sure. You're
Thanks,
definitely
buddy.
hired.
I'm going to teach you.
You are for sure hired.
Because you're taller. And
you want to read these? Or you want me to do them?
I'll take them.
They're so good, man. We're gonna do more than 5.
You know what, though, before we get this, I had a question to ask you because you fought in Brazil.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the weather there was
it's hot.
ridiculous. So it was 93 degrees and 83% humidity in the arena.
I know.
God.
I've been there, man.
So have you been in that arena or
No, I was in the big dog, dang, I forget what Arco or no, not Arco. I forget what it's called.
But
it was such a beast.
It's the same hot situation.
Same hot.
So
it affects the fighters, especially the ones that cut weight. And me as a heavyweight, it affect me.
Right. How do they allow that to go down? I mean, that's just
right.
Not,
I think
not good.
They just have to roll with it. Listen, when I fought Nogueira in Brazil as the co-main event, they were so worried about traffic and Rio, and because our hotel's on the beach and getting to the arena is such a beast. I got to the arena 6 hours before I fought Nogueira, and it was 95 degrees in my locker room.
Wow.
6 hours. Guess how? I'm not making excuses. My mentality that night, I would have lost 99 times out of 100 to Nogueira. I just mentally, I just didn't have the right camp. I just was in the right frame of mind. It was not good. However, Nogueira lives 2 miles from the arena, got there an hour before the fight, pulled up. I saw him pull up.
But he lives in that climate.
I don't give a flying I mean, I was there 6 hours. I took a nap. I was laying around sweating.
Your mistake.
People told me to go outside. My mistake. What do you mean my mistake? No. There wasn't an option, Brian. There's no option. You think I want to get there 6 hours before?
They made you do that.
Yeah, man. The UFC goes
cool.
The Burt Watson, you get your agenda when you arrive on fight week on Tuesday. There's a whole list. You're leaving at this time. You got to be there at this. This is what locker room.
Was there food for you?
Nope.
There's no food for you.
Nope.
Why were you on the early van? Like, don't they usually put you on the late van?
You would think.
Would you eat it? Would you
on the
eat
main
it?
card? Hold up. If you're on the main card, there's 2 vans. There's one for the prelim guys, then there's one for the main card guys, and there's one for the co-main and main event who get there later. But they were so worried because traffic was so bad in Brazil and where my hotel was at, they just wanted to get me there early.
Here's my question.
It's crazy, right?
This is something I don't know. Would you eat 3 hours before your fight? And then what would you eat?
I eat the same thing before every fight. I eat beets and chicken and avocado.
Beets, chicken, and avocado.
Yep.
Why?
It's just what makes my body feel good.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I have coffee too.
And how long before the fight?
About 2 hours. It's hard for me to eat any later. I mean, it's hard for me to eat the week of the fight, let alone, an hour
Just because of
before.
nerves?
Nerves, yeah. That's why I lose. So that's why people are like, Shab, you should get to 205. You weighed in at 232. That's with me not eating a thing and nervous as hell. And as soon as weigh-ins are over, I can eat and I'll balloon up to like 242, 244.
It's such in some ways, it must be so not only nerve-wracking, but almost so nerve-wracking that it's depressing. Like
For sure.
Right?
Yeah, you're 100% correct.
Yeah.
You're 100%.
Yeah.
You're just like, dang, I don't want to do this
You got the weight
anymore.
of the world on
I
you.
don't want to do this.
No.
This is awful. These nerves are so bad. I want out. That's what you think.
Well, you have to fight a killer.
That's why UFC athletes are different than anyone
I
else.
agree.
I never went to a football game and was like, dang, I don't want to do this, man. I'm so nervous. What if this? What if this?
You have a whole team
Not once.
behind you.
Not once.
You have a whole team
UFC,
with you.
Are you kidding me? UFC, that's why athletes are so much stronger mentally. And that's why when a UFC athlete walks into a room full of other athletes, whether it's an ESPN party, whether it's an NFL shindig, whatever it is, the room stops and everyone wants to talk to you.
That's right.
That's why. Because
That's right.
to them, it's mind blowing that you can do that, walk in the octagon and get over those nerves.
I'm right with you. I think it's the greatest.
However, before the Mitrione fight, I'm like, dang, why do I do this? I'm a smart dude. I have so much other stuff I could do in the media, blah, blah, blah. As soon as the fight's over and you get that
Greatest feeling in the world. Who's next?
who's next? Right now, Mark Hunt signed the damn contract. Let's go,
Mark,
man.
let's go.
What are you waiting for?
He's waiting for his hand to heal.
Question.
Pause.
All right, let's go.
Pause.
With these questions
Pause.
here.
They're good, right?
Yeah,
Give us a couple ones. Give us the good
Let's run
ones.
through a few here. I mean, there's some pretty good ones here, but let's start with Lance Hightower, at Lance Hightower _ something. If you could have starred in any movie, what would it be, and who would you play?
Ooh, go ahead, Brian.
Raging Bull. Robert De Niro in Raging Bull.
Ooh,
For me,
wow.
my favorite.
Bloodsport. I'd definitely take Jean-Claude Van Damme's part. I'd be Frank
Of
Dukes.
all the movies,
Frank Dukes.
you choose Bloodsport.
It's a great movie.
Say something bad about Bloodsport. I will rip that Oscar
Of all the movies,
off.
you choose Bloodsport. Would you practice your dim muck?
You know what?
Death touch?
You know what? Bloodsport.
I mean,
I'd say Bloodsport's one.
it's
You could also
incredible.
put me in Goodfellas. Can I replace Ray
you go.
Liotta in Goodfellas?
There you go.
That'd be
There you go.
legit.
Now you're talking my language. All right.
Sorry, man.
Thank you.
Gee, sorry I offended you.
Yeah, you did offend me.
Raging Bull. Oh man,
Yeah,
for
one of the great movies of all time.
All time. That's an easy one. Well, I'd be the Godfather in the Godfather
my
series.
hands. You know what's wrong with me? My hands.
Hey, here's a little
give a
FYI for you. Never seen it. Don't care, Brian.
You've never seen Raging Bull?
No, I'm sorry. I'm not 45.
How
Never
have you not
Raging
seen
Bull.
one of the greatest movies of all time as a fighter? And you know what?
'Cause I'm
You know what?
amazing.
I'm
You wanna have a wine and cheese night over your
At the end of
house?
this, yeah, I do.
All right.
You need to see
It's
that
a
movie.
date. Wine and cheese
You
night
need to
over
see
your
that
house.
movie.
Is it on DVD? I only watch Blu-ray.
One of the most beautiful movies
Is it
of all
on
time.
Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
You got to see that movie.
If it's on Blu-ray, I'll
I
watch
may
it.
not be able to talk to you until you. Excuse me, sir. He was the guy. De Niro, who won an Oscar for that role, was the first guy to gain 46 pounds or whatever it is for a role, and everybody went, "What?" He was the guy who started that whole thing. I'm not talking to you
Real quick.
after this podcast
Until I
until
see
you
it?
see my favorite movie.
Hold
I
on,
am not
hold on.
Bloodsport.
Is it in black and white?
Bloodsport?
Hey, is Raging Bull in black and white?
Yeah, it is.
Is it? And
Yeah,
it's
it
on
is.
Blu-ray? Because I only watch Blu-ray, and you better have sweet red wine
Listen,
at your house
bro,
and
listen,
some
bro.
delicious cheese.
I'll buy-
Or I'm not watching anything.
I'll buy. It's anything, not anything. It's not spelled EENY. I'll buy the wine. I'll get some good wine and some cheese.
Better be Blu-ray.
You got to see Raging Bull.
All right, carry on.
God.
Next question.
All right.
Sorry I'm not 50, and I don't watch black and white
Unbelievable.
movies.
I don't want to hear it.
You know he's going to get super bored during that movie, right?
Super
No,
bored.
it's a beautiful movie.
It absolutely is, but
Don't
one of the
don't
great-
describe it as beautiful.
one of the great
That makes
movies of
me
all
sad.
time.
Don't say beautiful.
One of the great movies of all time.
So Tim Burton 916.
Great director.
Yeah, great. I'm sure this is the same guy. Naked and Afraid question. So if both of you were on an episode of Naked and Afraid, who would be the female and who would be the male you would choose to have with you?
Ooh,
Yeah,
good
so-
question.
Yeah, you guys are on separate episodes. You're bringing a female. You're bringing a female.
Go ahead,
who
Brian.
are you going with?
You know, I'm looking at Misha Tate.
Oh,
But I'm friends,
son of a
I'm friends with Ronda Rousey, and I can't say that.
Wow.
No, I'd want Ronda with me. Ronda's a badass. No. Forget. I'm not no fighters. Hold on.
Let's say no fighters, because I think we both know who we'd take.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're taking the same girl.
Yeah.
Let's say no fighters. No fighters.
They're just so athletic and tough. But okay, hold on.
No fighters.
All right, no fighters. What girl would I take?
You ready for this?
Good question.
No, I'm ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you ready for this? I'm taking Oprah Winfrey. I want ratings. And she's going to lose a lot of weight.
That is a good call,
It's a good
dude.
call. I'm taking Oprah Winfrey. She's going to lose a lot of weight, right?
And keep you warm.
We're super warm. We're going to be cuddling all night.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to talk to her about her guests and stuff. And then business plans. I'm going to pitch her some business plans.
really interesting
And she's just going to chill in the cave like Mama Bear, like Mama Brown Bear, while I go out and just destroy chameleons and these snakes. And I get Cajun seasoning. And I bet she can cook. So I'm bringing Oprah Winfrey.
I like your choice very much.
Ratings. Biggest Naked and Afraid ever. Brendan Schaub, Oprah, Can They Last? Madagascar.
See,
Cajun seasoning.
I want a woman who's athletic, who's durable, who's in really good shape, and who is competitive. And I might have to go with Danica Patrick or a female athlete of that ilk. Or
Serena Williams, that blowout ass in the cave.
Serena Williams,
that blowout ass in those thighs.
Yes.
Ooh, I would like
Because if I get hurt, Serena can carry me anywhere I need to go.
Ooh, I'd hang on her back like a koala, a baby koala.
So would I.
And then she's just
well, you wouldn't even have to
stomping around the jungle.
If you piggybacked on her, she wouldn't even have to grab your legs. You just sit on that butt like it was
Ooh, I love it.
A tree stand.
I love it.
Yeah, she's amazing. So I might go with Serena Williams. I think
you got to pick one, Serena.
I think I have to go with Serena.
I don't think Danica Patrick would last. We got to be honest.
No?
Nope. Because guess what, Brian? NASCAR isn't tough.
Well, it is tough, but
not as tough as tennis.
No, it's not. I got to go with Serena.
I'd go with Serena.
I might go with Serena. Yeah, I might have to go Serena.
Yeah, you got Serena. I got Oprah Winfrey.
Weird,
we both picked black women.
Hey, man, I love it. Got to go. Got it. There's nothing wrong with the sisters. I'm not afraid.
No, I'm not afraid.
I'm attracted to black women.
Oprah's gonna be gangster. Think about all the stuff we could talk about at night with Oprah
and Serena. Is it 4 of us?
No, separate episodes.
Ah, man.
And you're going to be in the rainforest. I'm in Madagascar.
Hey, dude, guess what? Madagascar is a rainforest.
No, it's not. Nope. You obviously don't watch Naked and Afraid. Carry on. Next question. I got Oprah. He has Serena Williams.
All right. Lindsay Yost, who sent a question in the last couple of weeks, so we're hitting her again because she's active. If you could meet anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Brian?
If I could meet anyone dead or alive, who would it be or why and why? Well, that's a really good question. I love this question. I think Isaac Newton or Albert Einstein or Shakespeare.
God, I mean, those are so token answers. I mean,
or Jesus Christ, because I want to see if he's actually God. I'd be like, do some magic.
Get some answers.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Meet anyone, dead or alive.
Probably Jesus Christ. I want to see what he's about.
I'd probably say Helio Gracie or Bruce Lee.
Hey, all right. You know what?
Are you?
All right.
I'm sorry.
I have had it. I have just had it.
Of
all the people in the world, you choose Bruce Lee, who was who wouldn't last. He wouldn't last 1 minute in UFC. Not 1 minute. Put him in. Put that 135
I
in there.
didn't say I want to take octagon advice from him.
With my boy Uriah Faber, see how long he lasts. What are you talking about? Or Helio Gracie, who was a genius, great, but...
Think about Helio Gracie. Think about all he did.
I have. Real quick, I just have.
Oh, Brian, really? You're going to Albert Einstein? What are you going to ask Albert Einstein?
Galileo, Copernicus, Kepler.
Yeah, sorry.
The greatest
boring
leaders of thought.
Boring.
Boring?
Boring.
Boring?
Boring. I'm going to have a cup of coffee and be entertaining.
Who changed?
You know how boring those guys are?
What? They know about
Are you
this.
freaking kidding me?
The secrets of the universe, you moron.
Unlock this.
You
hey, guess
moron.
what, Brian?
It's
unlocked. There's nothing you're talking about.
You don't know anything. I have had it with you.
You have these token answers.
I mean, Bruce
Jesus
Lee,
Christ, Albert Einstein.
The guy says Bruce Lee.
Martin Luther King.
A movie star who did some karate.
Wow. You're talking about two of the most
Two of the most
Inspirational
what?
martial artists of all time.
So what? I'm talking about guys who revolutionized the way human beings think and live.
The way you think and live.
No,
Real
the way
quick.
you think and live. You know the technology.
Get your hand
you're
out of my
using?
face.
You know
I'm gonna
the
slap the shit
technology-
out of you.
know the
I'm gonna take a
technology-
warm hand to your face.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna show you
fight
Albert Einstein.
I swear to God, I'll fight you
I will
right
fight
now.
you right. I will
I'm gonna
rip-
knock sense
I will
in your
rip
head.
that cashmere sweater
I'll
off.
knock sense in your head.
Brian, listen.
What?
We know all they have to offer already. What are
You
you gonna?
don't.
What are you gonna ask Albert Einstein? What are you gonna ask him?
I'm gonna ask him about his unification theory. I'm gonna ask.
Oh
him
yeah,
what
and you're
he
gonna
thinks-
understand it.
I'm gonna ask him
You're
what
gonna
he
understand
thinks
it.
is gonna go
He
on.
might as well speak.
Einstein was very good at explaining
Not to
the theory
you.
of relativity and everything else.
Yeah, with other brainiacs.
To a child.
No, with other brainiacs. You know how
Don't
that
call them
conversation is
brainiacs.
gonna go. You know how that conversation is gonna go.
How?
Hey man, how's it going? And then he's gonna be like, "What?" It's not gonna go well. It's gonna be super boring.
No, it's not, because I know what I would ask him. And I know what I'd ask Newton. So, excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, all their secrets are out. Hate to tell you, we know everything already.
Doesn't matter. I want to know what makes them tick and how they think and what drives them. Their philosophy on
Next
life.
question.
Unbelievable.
Jeez.
Hey, Bruce.
Hey, show your
Hey,
age.
Bruce. All right, ready?
Raging Bull.
Ready?
And
Here's my impression of Brennan and Bruce Lee. Hey, Bruce. So how did you learn how to kick like that? Well, life is like water, my son. Oh, cool. And how are you going to make any more movies? No. Oh, good conversation. Moron.
All right. Next question.
Don't ever
God, I want to attack you right now. Wait till this podcast is over. Wait till this podcast
bring
is
it.
over.
Because I'm so
stick
mad.
A warm hand in your
I'm
face.
so mad. I'm going to beat you in a fight.
You know what? You know what? Your answers I can go ahead and answer for you. It's
Go on.
It's just these cookie
More
cutter.
questions.
It's like we're on
All right, how
Piers
about
Morgan Live.
More questions.
All right, the next question, you answer like you're Brian and you answer like you're Brendan.
All right.
That'd be good.
yeah.
So, can men and women just be friends?
Absolutely not.
This is from Alan
Absolutely
Smith.
not. That's where he is.
No, we both agree on
We
that.
agree on that.
I mean, he might want to jack off Albert Einstein. I just want to hang out with Bruce Lee. But when it comes to this question, no, guys and girls cannot be friends. It is literally impossible. I hate to tell you.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're dating someone right now and she has a good close friend who is a male, do not let it happen 100%.
Yeah.
If you like this girl, you're going to shut that down right away. They cannot
Unless
be friends.
there's no shot that she's going to fool around with the guy, but
Nope.
there's always that sexual
Nope.
kind of thing going
Nope,
on.
always.
No offense.
Always
to,
one of them
no
wanna
offense
hook
to
up.
Alan Smith, but he looks like he has a lot of like female friends. So
You don't want that.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee, I say this all the time. I had a girlfriend who had a lot of guy friends. I said, and she goes, he would never. I
She's
said,
probably had sex with all of them.
well, no, Brian.
sorry.
I said, you know what? If you want to see where they're at, text them right now. Say, hey, listen, I've been thinking about you. We should hook up. Come over. He
In a
will
heartbeat.
be at
In a
your
heartbeat.
house faster than that text will go
in
through.
a heartbeat.
Get real.
Yeah.
Listen, there's always going to be an attraction, no matter what. It might not be mutual, but one wants to hook up with the other.
Yeah. Agreed.
Listen, if you're my girl, you're not having a male trainer. That ain't happening.
No.
Male trainer? Nope. Better be a female.
No.
You're sure as hell not. Dude, I had a buddy. I'm going to tell a story real quick for you. I had a buddy who was dating this girl, and he goes, listen, man, my girl likes to go like hiking. She likes to do yoga. Bro, you know what's great? Her yoga instructor and her personal trainer, he likes to do that stuff. So she goes, you mind if I go with him? I said, heck yeah, man, go do it. I
Yeah,
said,
right.
and we're supposed to meet for lunch. I go, where's she at, man? She's supposed to be here? He said, yeah, man, I don't know where she's at. She's late. I said, that's interesting. And I go, real quick, how long has she been doing yoga for? He goes, about 3 months. I go, And what's this guy look like? He brings up on Instagram. I go, I'm not going to lie to you, bud. She's hooking up with this guy. He goes, she would never. I'm not making this up. He goes, she would never. All right. She shows up to this lunch an hour late, flustered. Like she just got done running a marathon, right? Hair's all sweaty, all busted. This is weird. And I didn't have the heart to tell him. She just got done hooking up with this dude and came to this lunch because she didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Yep.
2 weeks later, he accidentally opens up his email, and her email was open, and there's emails between him and her talking about how they've been hooking up for 3 months and how they can't wait to go on the next hike, and he's going to go in her on this mountain, and you know what I'm saying?
That's a good feeling.
Yeah, right?
That's
and he
a real
tells
good
me, he goes,
feeling.
can you believe this? I go,
Yeah, I
yeah.
can. I sure
Hell
can.
yeah. Are you kidding me? Listen, if ever I have a girlfriend,
Especially a yoga
If ever I have a
teacher. Did he have
girlfriend-
long hair and like wear necklaces?
yes, if I have a girlfriend and she says, hey, do you mind if I go on a hike with this guy? I mean, warm hand to the face.
I agree.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Don't even ask me that.
Right.
No, if you want to go on a hike,
Go on a
I'll
hike
go on a
with
hike.
a guy? What are you talking about?
Go on a hike. Listen, if I'm hiking with a girl or I'm surfing with a girl, I'm not. Listen, I have enough buddies. I have a ton of male friends I can call up. I'm not looking to be buddies and share stories.
That's right. I'm right with you on
I'm
it.
gonna get naked afraid and get these bullet ants out.
I'm right with you.
It seems like yoga teachers here in LA close a lot of deals.
Yes,
they do, man.
Yeah.
They
Yes,
do.
Yeah.
God
Next
bless.
question.
Yeah,
Brian and I both
gracious.
agree on this. Never, ever, ever, ever. Carry
All right.
on.
So Jesse Bowes, he asks, who would you hook up with? Halle Berry, Jennifer Aniston, Kate Upton, Katy Perry, and then he listed 2 Octagon
I think
Girls, but
Katy
let's
Perry.
keep them out of it.
I think
Let's
Katy
keep-
Perry over Kate Upton. I think, but Kate Upton is pretty delicious. I don't
You seen
know.
her in person?
Katy Perry?
Both of them.
No. Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay.
Who are the other 2?
Oh, hold on. This is good.
Halle Berry and Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, they're both
Ooh,
great.
Halle Berry does it for me. She's
Yeah,
a little older
definitely.
though. So what's wrong with Halle Berry though? She like gets married, divorced, married, divorced. What's up
I
with
think
that?
she's probably a bore.
I'll tell you who's
I don't know.
a smoke show in person. Jennifer Aniston.
Smoke show.
Smoke show. First of all, and she's not on this list, but I'll answer that. For me, that list,
Aniston.
I'll probably go Jennifer Aniston. We'll talk
Really?
about Friends. We'll talk about David Schwimmer.
Really?
We'll figure it out.
Give me. I agree with you. I might agree with you. I was going to say Jennifer Aniston before you even finished.
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston. However,
So sexy.
I was at this party and the who's who of Hollywood is there. We're talking, you name someone, go ahead. I posted
yeah.
a picture with me and Will Smith, right?
Yeah.
He's a huge UFC fan. I talked to Robert Downey Jr. for 40 minutes about the UFC, blah, blah, blah. Kate Beckinsale walked by. And everyone else was in black and white.
Yeah.
She is the prettiest human being I've ever seen
Yeah,
in my
she's a
life.
freak.
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
If aliens came down to Earth, they would take her and no one else.
She's so beautiful.
I'm telling you, man, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I was speechless. I didn't know what to say.
It's ridiculous. How pretty she
Sofia
is.
Vergara was definitely pretty hot too.
That's my favorite.
However, she was with some real dork. I don't know who her guy is, but he's a real dork.
She's so sexy too.
And then one of my other favorites, Paula Patton, was there, and I didn't know she was recently single from Robin Thicke, and she had the hungry eyes,
She had some hungry eyes for you.
super hungry eyes.
Really?
Yeah, but I was so distracted by Kate Beckinsale, I was lost the rest of the night. I didn't say a word.
Gee whiz.
Anyways, answer that question, Jennifer Aniston. Next
Give
question.
me Katy Perry. What's your take on that?
Katy Perry, listen, I think Katy Perry's a little bit of a lost soul, right? So
Yeah.
she's was dating John Mayer. She was dating, what's his name? The English bloke? What's his name? You know what I'm talking about? Russell Brand.
Yeah.
She was dating Russell Brand, and then, she's with John Mayer now, or I think they broke up. So I don't know. She reached out to my boy Timmy. He's not having that, that's for sure.
John Mayer closed a lot of deals too.
Yeah, he closes.
He was with Aniston too, wasn't he?
As well, he should.
And he was with Jessica Simpson. Or she's a real tomcat. Yeah, if you can play the
I saw Jessica Simpson yesterday. She was with her husband,
really.
who played in the NFL. Big, handsome guy.
Really?
Tight end. Yeah.
He's a quarterback.
Eric Johnson.
I think he was a quarterback.
No, tight end.
Nope.
Yeah, tight end.
Was he a tight end?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
250, 6'3", 250, handsome guy. You, by the way, you want no part of that guy.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know. He played
I
in
would
the NFL.
beat him up and put a Roots of Fight shirt
Played-
on him and piss on him
No,
and then take his girl.
no,
How about that?
No, dude. Played in the NFL.
Just
handsome
Simpson.
as it gets.
Jessica Simpson.
Handsome as it gets.
Ditch the zero.
No. He's a
Get
better
with the hero.
athlete. He's a better athlete than you are in a lot of ways. He played longer than you did, dude. And it's okay. He played a lot longer, and that's the test. I'm sorry.
That's the test.
I'm sorry. Hey, you know what? I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I am.
Next question.
You're lucky he didn't fight.
Next question. Brian's an idiot.
I'm sorry. I am.
But was she looking good?
Oh yeah, she's fantastic.
She is.
legs on her?
They say she's a tomcat in the sack.
Really? I don't know.
Yep. She has that weird dad though. Remember, he's like always.
I know.
I
her
used to
dad.
watch her
I know
show
Her dad.
with-
I worked with her dad. I worked with her. I spent
real
spent a
quick.
couple weeks
Real
with
quick.
her dad.
You don't know her dad,
Well, I spent 2 weeks with him.
so you don't know him.
We're close. No, we're not close. But he's a pretty cool
used
guy.
to-
He
I used to
loves
watch
his
their
daughters.
show-
You know why I
watch-
like the guy?
I used to watch their show all the time. With Nick Lachey, I love that show.
Yep.
I can't believe it didn't work out. For reals, when they broke up, I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
Her dad, what I like about her dad is that he loves his girls.
A little too much, a little creepy. Kiss on the lips is creepy.
He just
super
loves
creepy,
them.
Brian.
He loves them.
A little too much. It was weird.
He's a smart guy.
He'd like show pictures of him like grabbing her ass and stuff. Weird.
No.
100%.
But that's the
Brian,
paparazzi.
He's not your friend. He's not
that's
your friend.
the paparazzi. He's
Nope.
a very tight family. He's still with his wife. The whole family's very tight. Good family. I spend time with the whole family.
You spent 2 weeks with him.
I spent
You
enough time to
don't know
know.
'em.
Spent enough time to know they're very, very
I watched
good.
every
they're a
show on
good
MTV
family with good.
Nope, they're
values.
weird. Nope, they're weird.
Well, I mean, when you watch on TV, it's a different story.
You might know more about them than you. Carry on.
Mom is a good woman.
All right, couple
don't
more
know.
questions. Couple more good questions here. Justin Ho asks, what celebrity do you want to punch in the face? If you could punch anyone in the face, who is making the top of that face punch list?
You know,
don't have a
you
face
got to be
punch,
careful now because if I'm going to say this, then it means I would fight them.
Yeah, because there's a good chance you run into them.
Yeah.
For sure, don't be a sissy and back out.
No.
For sure, don't say someone who's dead or some dumbass.
No. I'm trying to think of who annoys me. It used to be Matthew McConaughey, and now I like him.
Ooh, I love him.
Now I like
First
him.
of all,
Because you
you
won an
touch
Oscar,
him,
you
I'm going
like
to whoop
him?
your ass.
No.
First of
now
all,
I
I'm
like
his
him.
private bodyguard.
I just thought he was very
Dallas
vain,
Buyers
and now,
Club?
No,
What?
now he changed my mind.
All right.
He changed my mind. He changed my mind.
All right,
He stepped up, and I'm impressed as hell with him. So now I like him.
Don't ever mention his
I'm very
name in a
easy
bad
to win
mention.
over, but
Me too.
anybody who's vain, who's I don't know.
Ready
man.
for this? While Brian can't think of
Who?
anyone, Michael Bublé. Want to punch him in the face?
Really?
I just don't like the way he goes about things.
Yeah.
I saw him do an interview. He spoke in the third person.
Well, I have a problem with that. And Kanye West, I have to say, really, really bothers me.
He don't bother me. As
I think
much.
he's a very,
I
very
ex- I
arrogant
expect
guy.
that out of him. I expect that out of him.
I just think he's, but I'm sure I'd like him if I got to know him. I don't know. I don't care about
Hey,
him.
have you met my friend Brian who won't make a decision here? You're like
I
me with
know, I know.
fighters. And how much grief do you give me?
I know.
Kanye's a good answer, though.
Kanye's a good answer. I mean, I just.
You're gonna run it.
I'll
I
tell
don't
you-
think
I'll tell you
Kanye's a bad guy, so I wouldn't want
I'll tell you
to.
right now.
I'm talking
Kanye
about-
West is going to whoop your ass. You touch him.
That's not true.
That's
but-
very true.
No, but I
Yes.
like him, and I wouldn't want to. And Kanye, who would I punch in the face? Kanye's talented, so I don't want to punch anybody who's talented in the face. God, come on, man. Who do I want to punch
Give
in the
me
face?
anyone. Something.
Man, come on, help me.
Anyone.
Help me.
Is there a media person? Maybe there's a guy like a Bob Costas or somebody like that.
No, I don't mind Bob.
No, but a light like Ryan Seacrest.
I've worked with Ryan. He's a nice guy. And he's a lot smaller than I am. It'd have to be somebody who I'd be like a little nervous.
Chris Brown. How about Chris Brown?
No, I like Chris Brown.
You do? He whooped Rihanna's ass. He's a
Well,
womanizer.
I don't know what happened there, but
No, I'm telling you.
wasn't
He
there.
punched her in the face.
I wasn't there.
Next question, Brian.
All right,
You
all
are.
right.
Man, I'm
That's
sorry.
unreal.
It'll come to me.
Let's
He
finish it up.
defends Chris Brown. No, I don't know the situation. No, man, he whooped her ass in the car.
Who bugs me?
Next,
Damn it.
next question. You're
This,
terrible.
this is a good way to
terrible, Brian.
to end it.
Don't ever give me grief about not picking a
I
fighter.
can't
ever
think of
again.
anybody.
How many in a horde of sixth graders rushing you could you beat up and hold off if they were all bum rushing you? How many sixth graders?
I mean, the sheer force of numbers, I'd say I'd have to probably hold off 50.
Not a chance.
That's a lot, right?
50 sixth graders would attack you all at once.
Well, first of all,
and
are they
tear your
zombies?
limbs
Are they
off.
just coming at me?
Let me give credit to
Wait.
Patrick Kaminsky.
Are these
Yes,
sixth
that question.
graders from Highlands Ranch, Colorado, where it's all white kids who've never been touched? Or are these sixth graders from East LA who have been through some things? What are we talking about here?
And are they trying to come at me?
Well, we're in L.A.
Are
so
they
let's say
a little
LA.
crazy? Have we given them drugs to come at me?
Like
And they're
World
just,
War Z,
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that?
No, these are just regular sixth graders. All right, let's say you said something racist, and it's a pack of sixth graders who are pissed off.
No, I wouldn't do that. So that's a dumb thing to say. No, but let's just say that they're crazy and they're
Hey,
really intent on killing you.
Switzerland, make a freaking choice. What is this, the worst podcast of all time?
I'm racking my brains on.
I mean,
who-
you got nothing today.
I know.
You got nothing.
Hold on. Let me think. Oh man,
I'll answer this while Brian leaves. So this is just a fighter, no more kid.
how many sixth graders?
I'd say 20.
You could defend a lot more than 20. Bro.
You can do more.
You think? I don't know, man. I think if they all rushed and like
20?
three to a leg.
You're a really strong guy, dude.
I don't know. Sixth graders. I don't know.
What are they, like 80 pounds maybe?
How many
big
guys
secret.
like me with my skill set and my athleticism come at you? How many guys could you beat up? Me.
6.
You think 6 of us?
I'd whip 6 Brian Callen's ass.
Really? You think you could take 6 of us?
Yeah.
I don't think so. 4.
In a room like this?
Yeah.
6, 100%. If I can put my back against the wall so you don't surround me,
Yeah.
100% 6, if
Really?
not 8.
You just
yeah.
start swinging?
I
don't
I
think
wouldn't
so.
just start swinging. It'd be calculated for sure.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't. You're out of your mind.
Not at
Because-
all.
No, you
6
wouldn't.
Brians?
Yeah, I would jump at you. I would. The 4 of us would jump at you with our feet. I just run at you and front kick you, Iron Man kick you, and then we just be in on you and we just climb
Not a chance.
on
I'll
you.
put my back to the wall and just head kick all of you
Head
one
kick
by
all of
one.
you. Well, because we're just standing there. What are you talking
Especially
about?
if it's today and you're in that cashmere sweater.
You're not beating 6 of me.
How,
You're out of your
how many?
mind.
How many 6th graders though?
You could fight.
I said 30.
No, you could fight 50.
50 6th
Yeah,
graders.
you're a strong guy. You just start street sweeping. You'd
You
pick
might be
one
right.
up and start using him as a club.
You might be right.
But I don't like to think about that because they're kiddies. But here's let's go.
Hey,
Let's go to
Switzerland.
me.
Hey, thanks for playing it safe.
Wait, let's go to
Switzerland.
me.
Yeah, great.
6 of me, you're out of your stone.
Yeah, that's easy. 6 of you.
6. Well, you'd knock out, I guess, the first 2 pretty quickly, right?
Hold. You realize you got in a street fight with 5 guys before, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
You
it was on the
did?
street. Yeah.
You got in a fight with 5 guys, and you won. See, people don't realize
One guy acted like he was knocked out.
people don't realize what a UFC fighter and a heavyweight can do to the average
This wasn't
guy.
recent. This wasn't recent. I think we've done a good job.
I think this is good. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for wasting a perfectly good hour on the fighter and the kid.
Hey, Brian, thank you for not making any choices.
Thanks for bringing up the naked and the dead.
It's naked
or
and
whatever
afraid.
it is.
Hey, Brian, what's your favorite movie? Oh, what's the most famous movie ever that everyone will know? Raging Bull, Robert De Niro. Hey, you can talk to anyone.
Bloodsport.
Albert Einstein.
Bloodsport
Albert
and
Einstein.
Bruce Lee. Bloodsport
Albert
and
Einstein,
Bruce
Ben
Lee.
Franklin. Hey, guess what? Ben Franklin
Yeah,
didn't have much to
yeah,
say.
Ben
okay?
Franklin be good,
no,
too.
we know everything he did. We know it.
Listen,
that was stupid.
they had a perspective
You've ruined
on life.
everyone's day.
They could teach you something.
This is the father and the kid.
Father.
Brian is Switzerland.
This is the dum and the kid.
This is Brian Token Answers and
Hey.
the fighter. This is Brian. You can guess what I'm going to say, and I won't make any decisions. Then the fighter.
Listen, man.
Thanks for listening. We're out.